Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EURUSD. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody. Today guys we probably will take a look at the euro currency finally, because weekend we have prepared the video on the Great British Pound. So actually the four scenarios that we're keeping an eye on, so I mean euro currency, Great British Pound, New Zealand dollar and the Japanese yen, so all are working right now. So if we'll take a look at the New Zealand dollar, the downward action is continuing there. On the Japanese yen market is also reestablished the downward action with our ABCD large pattern on the weekly and daily chart. So all this stuff are working right now. On the Great British Pound, guys, is probably, if you remember our question, the major concern in the vehicle research was around the depth of the retracement. So overall bullish setup is valid. But was the question whether Great British Pound immediately will continue to move higher, or still it will turn to some deeper retracement. And right now it seems that market indeed is turning to the large ABCD downward action that we also have discussed in the weekly research. So we said if you will see the miserable plunge on the intraday charts, do not take the long position. It could mean that market is turning to the deep retracement. Next level on the Great British Pound that we are watching for is the retracement target is 123. It's major FIB support on the 4-hour time frame chart. I could even show you. So this was our discussion. Here we said that if we'll see deep action, this market could form some kind of A, B, C, D pattern to the downside. In this case, 123 will be the next destination point. Here, as you can see, plunged really strong. So right now, I think that it's maybe not yet the moment where it's a good idea for taking the long position, because this drop is continuation of that one. As you can see, it's also very strong, and it seems that maybe it would be better to wait a bit more and see what really will happen. So speaking on the euro currency, guys, on the daily chart we don't have any significant changes. This has become indeed the reversals, huge reversal bearish week on the weekly chart, and usually this kind of action doesn't stop, doesn't end surprisingly. It's just in one moment. Usually such sort of the actions has some continuation. In general, this behavior, guys, if even we will not speak on the reversal quality of this candle on the weekly chart, in general this behavior is irrational in relation to the patterns that we have on the daily chart. So especially it's irrational in relation to any shoulders pattern. And even only this fact that market is open with the gap above the neckline and drop very significant back inside of the body after the neckline already has been broken, only this fact keeps door open for the big collapse on the euro currency, raising of the head and shoulders, dropping below this shoulder first, dropping below the head in the second stage. So that's really is very important action, even for the long-term perspective. It's not even the deal with the bearish reversal on the weekly chart, but in general, how this action corresponds to the patterns that were forming previously on the market. And this action absolutely doesn't correspond to them. It could mean that this is the first sign, the first bell of the big failure of these large patterns. The same we could say about this ABCD pattern. Market has hit just minor 618 extension target. Even already has started move up to the next target to suddenly collapse. It's certainly not natural for normal ABCD pattern, and could mean that markets really continue down. So meantime, market right now is calling around the strong support area that we also have discussed. On Friday, we set this confidence support in the daily chart, and take a look. That's also weekly pivot point for the April. So that's rather strong support. And in general, odds suggest that some retracement should happen here, as we have said. So our task here, so if you're a scalp trader, you should keep an eye on the possible bullish reversal patterns on the intraday charts if you would like to trade. This setup for the daily traders who trade on the daily charts, we have the bearish context because not only because we have the bear trend here, but because of all the stuff that we have talked about, reversal swing, reversal candle on the weekly chart, the collapse of these bullish patterns, and so on. So that's why our task is to use any rally that could happen here for possible taking the short position. That's the major idea on the daily chart of the euro. On the intraday charts, guys, currently, actually, to be honest, I do not see really big moments for discussion, any some significant patterns or something of that sort. As you can see here, although we have good thrust down, it's very difficult to call it as double repo buy because yes, at first glance we've got the close above 3x3, close below, 7 new lows, it's again close above, but well, it's not really right now looks like the double repo pattern because we do not see clear bottoms here, any clear attempt of the downward continuation and failure of the bears to continue this action. So we need some kind of the fast return back here, fast reversal here. So it means that probably we should wait a bit more and see for other patterns that could be formed. Because here, although theoretically we have necessary closing above the 3x3, but the shape of this consolidation doesn't look like the normally double repo should look like. So this is not the pattern that we're watching for. Speaking on the possible retracements, guys, I think that if any bounce will happen, will be limited probably either by 10740 area. This will be weekly pivot point, the current peak and the nearest 3.8 resistance, or the favorite euro currency 50% level. If somehow we still will get double repo or something of that sort. In this case, maybe we could get 10773. But taking into consideration the strength of this drop, I would better look for just minor retracement, 3.8 level. What other patterns could be formed here? So on the hourly chart, as you can see, you could recognize some hint on the possible extended by the head and shoulders, something of that sort. As you can see, this could become the left shoulder. Head stands at 1618 extension. Market right now is calling inside of the sideways consolidation. So if it will not be broken, you can see inside of it you also could find some kind of in shoulders action. If it will not be broken down, in this case we need to get some similarities, some harmony in this action. So next step should be some upward action right in the area around 107. If this will happen, then these potential head and shoulders will take the better shape, clearer shape. In this case, we could later count on some maybe ABC pattern with the target around 10740, the nearest fib resistance on for our temporary chart. If downward action will continue, in this case, maybe some wedge pattern will be formed here. But right now, it seems, since this, in fact, the lower border of this consolidation is 10650, it's lower border of the conference, the appearing of some kind of the head and shoulders shape looks more probable. So that is our view on the euro currency right now. In general, guys, we see that overall economical behavior of the markets will be twisting and turning around the one major global problem that somehow will be resolved within the maybe few years. This problem is the United States national debt. So as you probably know that it stands around 17 or right now maybe 18 trillions. And this is really huge and big problem. And all geopolitical processes will turning around this question. So that's why, as you know, the Trump will meet with the Xi Jinping in the current week, and that will be a very important moment because we suggest that the United States have abandoned the idea of the national and the Pacific region trading partnership is not just occasionally. This probably has been done by some agreement with China, where the United States probably were given some promises on reducing and given some time and maybe some preferences in the restructuring of debt in the China. Because the trading war, if it will start between the United States and China, so will be the collapse for United States, because you know that the United States has the negative trading balance approximately for the $2 trillion with the China. This is outstanding the size of the trading balance. And if the trading war will start, such companies as Apple and Boeing maybe will not turn to bankruptcy, but they will definitely be hurt significantly, because the half of the selling of the Apple stands to the China. Also, what will happen, you know, that's in the United States, a lot of people who live from the one wage to the another wage. And if you will put them in the situation when you just this will be the lack of the cheap Chinese goods in the United States. This will be a real tragedy. So that's why overall situation stands not in favor of the United States, and that's why the agreement and results of the conversation between the Trump and Xi Jinping, this will be very important. And on the Middle East, we'll also see that some geopolitical processes that will start, especially around Saudi Arabia. This will be stands under a sign of the United States national debt. So that will be the major issue for all geopolitical processes in the coming 3, 5, maybe years. So, but that is mostly the subject for some weekly research. Right now on the euro currency, as I said, we're watching for a possible reversal shape, and the most probable retracement that we could get here is 107.40.